Hi, I'm Michelle Gordon and this is Ask Velvet and Amethyst. Today I've got a question from an earth angel called Brittany, and she has asked the question about her twin flame. She has met someone, she has been with him, but when it comes to any kind of commitment, he panics and runs away. So she's been watching different things on the internet and reading different articles, and she thinks that the pattern of their relationship fits in with the twin flame dynamic at the different stages. So she's sent me a very long email describing the situation, but ultimately her question is he my twin flame? And why does he push away from me? Does he even love me? Well, I can't really answer the question of whether he loves you or not, but we can look at the twin flame idea and see what Velvet and Amethyst have to say. So let's get Amethyst cards first. I'm going to pick 3 from the Amethyst deck. So it's 1, 2 and 3. So first card we've got is Heaven. Many people believe that angels only exist in heaven, but in truth we are everywhere and anywhere that we are needed. Every soul on earth has a guardian angel by their side, and there are many more angels who watch over you and guide you from the other side. You are never alone, we are always here. So from that I would get that you need to ask your guardian angel for guidance and for help with the situation, because they're with you at all times, and they can also converse with the guardian angels of this man that's in question. So yeah, speak to your guardian angel, you never know, they might be able to help you. And the second card is Clouds. There may be times in your life when it seems like the clouds will never lift, that they've settled in for a long storm, but know that they will lift and that the angels can help to lighten the gloom, if you just ask them to. All clouds eventually blow over, so have faith that you will soon see clear skies again. So the idea behind this card is that there may be times in our lives where it just seems really dark and really cloudy, and we don't know what we're doing, and things are painful, and the clouds will lift, the clouds will clear, there will be clear skies. And I think it's the duality between the two as well. You know, when it's cloudy, you know, the sun's out there, it's just we can't see it right now. You know, when the sun's shining, then we appreciate that, but we know that it can shift to being cloudy at any time. So it's just appreciating the balance and the duality of the clouds and the sunshine, and knowing that that applies to our own lives and the way that they go up and down at different times. So the times when you're with him, you know, appreciate and love those times. The times when you're away from him, then appreciate those times as well, because they are for a very good reason. And the third one from Amethyst is Imagination. Your imagination is so powerful that your body cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. So when things aren't going the way you wish, imagine that they are. Imagine what you desire, and your body and the universe will respond to your imagining. So again, when you're not with this person, then if you're stuck in feelings of lack because you're not with him, or in feelings of missing him, or being lonely, or that's how you feel, that's what your body, you know, is taking on, that's what the universe is showing you, or you're gonna find proof to back up all those feelings. Whereas if you appreciate those times of separation as being a time for growth and a time for evolving, and a time for doing things that you can't do when you're in a relationship with him, then you'll find more proof of that, and you'll begin to appreciate those times just as much as the times that you're with him. So let's see what Velvet has to say. I'm judging, well, not judging, but going by what you said in your email, I would say that the pattern that you're in does fit the twin flame pattern, and it's never an easy situation because of the connection you feel is so deep. that when you're not with them, it feels like a part of you has been ripped off. But in the times of separation, there is a massive amount of growth that takes place. I've taken 4 cards from Velvet's deck. First one is advice. For some reason, it's easier to take the advice of others than it is to take our own. But only we know what is best for ourselves. If you need advice, then try asking a question aloud, or write it down and then sit quietly and see if the answer appears, either as a thought or an image. So what this is saying is, yes, ask for advice, which is exactly what you've done, but ultimately only you know the answer that comes from within you. Only you know really what you should do, or what's best for you. Anybody else is merely giving their own ideas based on their own experiences, not based on your experiences. So yeah, you could write down the question and put it under your pillow and see if the answer comes in your dreams. You can sit quietly in meditation and ask the angels and see what thoughts come up into your mind. So ultimately it's really going within and listening to yourself. You know, is he your twin flame? Does it feel like he is? If it does, then he is. You know, it's all about that sort of inner knowing and trusting that inner knowing. And really that's the best advice that I can give. Above everything, trust yourself over everybody else, even me, or Amethyst, or Velvet. The next card from Velvet is Future. It is never certain what will happen on Earth. Even the best seers cannot predict everything that will come to pass. But you can be certain that we will all find our way home again to the stars. So just enjoy the journey and live in the present moment. So whatever happens in the future, the only moment that we really have is the moment that we're in right now. So it's about enjoying that. It's about enjoying the good times, the bad times, the ups, the downs, everything in between, because all of it is part of our journey here on Earth, all of it. The painful parts, the great parts, the not so great parts, everything is part of the journey, and it's about staying in that moment and enjoying it and not worrying about what's going to happen in the future. Creativity. When you create, you are expressing the very deepest parts of your soul. You're making yourself visible to the outside world. When you paint, draw, make music, write, dance, or do anything creative, you're making yourself vulnerable to others. But creativity is essential for your soul to thrive. Do something creative and enjoyable today. This card suggests to me that maybe you are a creative person, but you're not perhaps doing anything creative, and you're not perhaps making the best of the time when you're not with this person. So when you're not together and you have time to create, to to write, to draw, to paint, then do those things, because you'll find that you'll grow and evolve more quickly when you do that anyway. But also when you're in those sort of painful, lonely moments, it's a good way of expressing that. It's a good way of getting it out so that it doesn't internalize and get stuck in your body and then perhaps create illness or disease. And sometimes most amazing music or works of art or literature have been created when those artists and musicians and writers were in really dark places. So make the most of the pain and the darkness, utilise it, create something with it. That's what I do, I know that. And then the final card is Remember. Remember where you have come from. You're a divine spark of light that is present here on Earth right now to help with a spiritual awakening. You are perfect, you are beautiful, you are loved, you are amazing. Remember that, and everything in your life will fall into place. So to sum up, Amethyst and Velvet's advice: go with the flow, live in the moment, don't get too stuck on labelling the relationship, on figuring out the relationship, on trying to see where it's going to go, on any of that stuff. Just be in the moment, appreciate every moment, appreciate the times when you're with him, appreciate the times when you're not with him, and find a way to express your creativity as well. I think that is really important. And just see what happens, Like I said, the only thing certain in our future is that we'll be going home to the stars one day, but until then, enjoy every moment. It's the good and the bad. We're experiencing it all for a reason, and that is to be fully here in this, human incarnation. So I hope that was useful, and if there's anyone else out there who would like to ask a question of Amethyst, Aria or Velvet, then just email it to me and I will record your reading and put it on YouTube. And if you'd like a more in-depth reading on a one-to-one Skype session, then you can also email me and find out more about that as well. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.